I'm here to inform you about the agriculture safety. Did you know that 20.4 deaths per 100,000 farmers each year is from work-related injuries? In 2017, records show that 413 fatalities were recorded. That is all according to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. I'm credible to talk about this because I've lived on a farm my whole life and helped in the field multiple times. First, I'm going to start off with the statistics. According to the attorneys at law, overturning tractors, suffocation, and limbs crushed in machinery are the main causes of these injuries. Suffocation happens a lot more than you would think. A lot of people think that they can go into a grain bin while it's moving if something gets caught and end up falling in and suffocating and dying. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the warning decals on each tractor. I'm going to talk about the slow moving vehicle sign, which all of you should know is the triangle on the back of a slow moving tractor. You should all know that because you took a driver's ed course. This is going to inform you that the tractor is slow moving and is not going to be going much faster than you are, so you're probably going to pass them. Next, there's going to be flashing lights on all moving vehicles, and that is going to be right below, kind of next to I'm going to show better on this grain cart. They're actually going to be more on the side, but they're going to be there. And next is going to be the reflectant tape. You're going to want to know that because say it is dark out and the flashing lights aren't working and you come up onto a tractor that is moving, trying to go from field to field, you're going to want to be able to see that there is a tractor in front of you. So if the flashing lights aren't working, you have this decal to show you. Next is a moving vehicle. So for instance, on the head of this combine, you're going to have a moving corn head or bean head. And for example, one time I had a family member that had a dog get caught in it. So they had to get out and stop it and get the dog out of there so they could keep farming. This, for instance, would be a good example to show you that you need to make sure you're inside, the head is turned off before you go and do that. Because sometimes people are in such a hurry, they want to get back to the farming that their limb gets caught in there and then they end up losing a limb. Another instance of this would be when you're loading your grain into your bin. For this auger, it doesn't really show, but I couldn't really show you my one in person because it's too loud. But normally they would have this little box here where your grain, your beans or your corn is gonna go into your bin. So there's gonna normally have signs right here, but since this is a toy, it's not having it. It's gonna say that you need to stay away from the moving machinery because if you get your hands stuck in there, you're probably gonna lose it. Another instance that I could talk about is suffocation, and that can happen because people go into grain bins when they're not saying so. So like my dad said, all grain bins have warning signs on the doors or when you're going up top. We had someone this fall recently go into a grain bin. He fell in by himself and suffocated and died because no one knew he was in there. So make sure if you are going to try going in there, make sure you're not going in there while there's corn in there because normally it is just as quick as quicksand and you're probably going to go down with it. So next I'm going to talk about the consequences. You do not want to lose a limb when all these happen. You could have the loss of paralysis or losing feeling in half of your body or more, and death. Death is one of the worst things that could happen to all these things, obviously, which you don't want to happen. I think it is important for a lot of people to know about this because even if you're a farmer or not, and you go out to the field and you're helping somebody, you could end up dating someone that's a farmer someday, and you might just need to know this, for instance. Or if you're just on the road and you have a slow-moving vehicle in front of you, you want to be able to know that this slow-moving vehicle, you're going to have to go around, and you need to know the signs and how to read them. Thank you.